Hey everyone, it's Bill from Digital Sales Course, where we help you find leads and generate sales. So today we're continuing our video tip series in the creating of a value-centric profile. And this week we're going to cover the recommendations section of your profile. The title today is Digital Trust, the Power of LinkedIn Recommendations, because recommendations on LinkedIn are trust builders. Now, most business people would tout their customer service of their business. And let's face it, as business owners, we're all legends in our own minds when it comes to customer service. But really, in today's world, what does the term customer service really mean? I try to stay away from it. What I try to do is use the term customer success, as in my goal is to make our customers and our clients successful. Now, your potential customers have a wide variety of ways to check on how you stack up against your competition, how your company stacks up when it comes to customer service in terms of ratings. I mean, Facebook and Google reviews are just two of a wide variety of ways that are right at your client's fingertips, right on their keyboard, www. And they can find ratings. But what about you personally? What's your rating? Not your company, not your service, not the product you have, but you personally. That's where LinkedIn recommendations come in. When people are deciding whether to connect with you or not, you better believe that they're going to look at your recommendations on your profile, both those you've received and those you've given. So let me just bring up my profile page, which is right here. And we're going to look for the recommendations section. So if you scroll down, last week we were in the skills and recommendations section, which is right there. Or I'm sorry, skills and endorsement section. And then right underneath there is the recommendation section. And so you'll notice two categories here: received and given. And of course, the received are the recommendations that others have given to me, and given are the recommendations I've given to others. Then there's an ask to be recommended tab and your edit tab. So if you look, the two most recent recommendations that have been given to me are what's listed, and the same for you. And then there's this show more tab, and it'll show a total depending on how much they've written here. Like, I have a total of 7 that show. If you scroll down, and then it show 3 more, and if you do that, then it opens up completely to show all the different recommendations that I've had. Now, they're listed in chronological, yeah, that's easy for me to say, chronological order from the newest to the oldest, and the same is true for those that you've given. So let's go scroll back up to the top and just talk about the edit button. So when you click on the edit tab, you'll see another box opens up, and this gives you the option to ask for a revision or to show or not show. So that's a toggle switch. Hide, now it's on hide, and now it's on show, and then use the save button to save that. So that's just how you edit the recommendation section. And then ask to be recommended. You can ask to be recommended from here, but you can also do it from a person's profile, and that's actually a better way, because you can either ask to be recommended and you can recommend at the same time. So if we go to this profile, which is this woman, Sue McCormick, who I'm connected with, who some of you may be connected with, and maybe you know her. And so let me just get this scrolled up, and we click on the More button right here. And if you notice, the last 2 options are request a recommendation and to recommend. So let's say you want to ask someone for a recommendation. I'm going to ask Sue for a recommendation. Click on request a recommendation. Now this other box comes up, and you have to work through a series of questions here. And the first is relationship. It says to select a relationship. I don't think wife is going to be among those things. Or maybe it will be. Well, yeah, Sue manages me directly. Yeah, so it kind of does. But anyway, that's for a whole different video post. So let's say that Sue was a client of mine. Let's say she took a LinkedIn Foundations live class and she was my client. So I'm going to click on a client, and now it's the position at the time. And if I click on this, you'll see all of this information comes from your experience section. So these are all the different positions that I've held. And so we're going to click here on owner and co-founder of Digital Sales Course. And now the next button lights up. So we can click on next. And now we see a box where I can write a request asking for the recommendation. I was going to try to write this out while I talk to you, but I am not that good of a typist. So I'm just going to copy, I'm going to just paste here what I wrote before, which is, "Hi Sue, thanks for attending the recent LinkedIn Foundations class. It was my goal to provide you with information to help you find leads and generate sales using LinkedIn. If you found that I provided that to you, would you mind writing me a recommendation here on LinkedIn? Thanks, Bill." And so then when I click send, now what will happen is Sue is going to get a direct message on her LinkedIn page with that request. All right, so I actually did this from her profile to mine. So if we look, here it is. This is what it looks like. So I sent this from Sue's as if she did a connection request to me. Shh, don't tell her I hacked her profile. So, "Hi Bill, thank you for allowing us to provide you the printed mouse pads recently for Digital Sales Course. We work very hard to find innovative promotional products to help businesses market themselves effectively. We also strive to be responsive to our clients in each step along the way. If we provided you with our values of innovation and responsiveness, would you please write a recommendation for me on those two areas best, Sue?" And then if I click on that button there, it brings up a whole nother page, and here's the request, and then write a recommendation. I can ignore it, or I can write the recommendation, click on write a recommendation, and there it is. Now, after I've written the recommendation and click send, it then goes to Sue, and she either gets to ask for a revision, delete it, or she gets to post it on her LinkedIn profile. So it's very important that if you notice, just X out of here and go back. Now, Sue reinforces her value and the value-centric nature of her profile in here by saying that they provide innovation and responsiveness. All right, Team Creative Connections, our promotional product company, our value proposition is that our clients value our innovation, our responsiveness, and the years of experience we have in our industry. And so what we want to do is make sure we're reinforcing that in the recommendation. See, remember, in our headlines, we tell them who we help and how we help them. We back that up then in our summary and add to it by explaining the value we provide our clients. Then recommendations, we then reaffirm and reinforce that, and then the trust factor comes in when it's someone else that's singing our praises. So now you can guess how you get recommendations. Can you guess? It's the same way of how you get skills and endorsements. And endorsements for your skills is you have to ask for them. You'll notice here on mine I've received 10, but I've only given 3. And that's really not acceptable to me. It should be just about even there. So guess what I have to go do now? I've got to go and give some people some recommendations. What about you? Do you have recommendations on your profile? Have you given recommendations on your profile? What one of your vendors or suppliers or strategic business partners can you write a recommendation for today? So I'm going to go write some recommendations now. This is Bill from Digital Sales Course, taking connections from the digital space to the face-to-face. So I recommend that you go and recommend. And we'll see you next week, where I'm actually going to be recording from beautiful, sunny Bermuda. We'll see you then.